Officials confirmed one of the 3 people shot was rapper King Von from Chicago, who was here last night with friends, where a total of 6 people were. One of them, a rapper Davon Bennett, who goes by the stage name King Von.
The police records that were filed in King Von's passing case were now released today. As police got told by a nurse at the hospital, King Von was brought back to life. He made it through 2 surgeries, but then got startled when the nurse walked into the room when King Von was looking around for his firearm.
Von made it to 2 surgeries. He had 3 surgeries ago. He made it to 2 surgeries. And then after the second surgery, he hopped off the bed and started fighting the nurse and said where his gun at. And he went into because he went into shock. So he was making 2 surgeries. How hours later, Kayla knows, talking about he fought the nurse. She the one told me that. His mama didn't even know that. How you knowing what's going on inside the hospital?
Because he was there at the hospital.
But what's even more concerning is the police believe that King Von got backdoored by one of his own. King Von had paid bodyguards who were supposed to protect him on this night. According to police records, at the time of the altercation on surveillance, all of his bodyguards went sprinting in the opposite direction of King Von.
Let him walk. You get paid he get paid to protect. How the f you let him walk over and fight? You ain't even supposed to let him fight. He ain't supposed to be touching nobody. Security guard, if anything, you make sure Quando them leave. Whoever else they was with, you make sure they leave. How you let him walk over somebody that's the reason y'all here, reason everybody in this parking lot here, because this man right here making the money and y'all his entourage. That security guard is something fishy with him. That's why he deleted his Instagram.
Right.
So I definitely feel like it's foul play. I don't know where it's coming from, but I definitely feel like it's.
As even the police body cam footage shows King Von's friends, but not one single bodyguard the area. As the police even pieced together an interview from Quando Rondo, where he gave his explanation on the truth behind King Von's passing. But later in the interview, the police would also find Quando speaking further about when he was on the ground with King Von on top of him, and even what King Von told Quando Rondo right in the middle of the altercation. But to understand it all, we first need to review the police file on King Von's passing, as the detail they gave is unbelievable. It reads, on November 5th, 2020, King Von and his crew headed to a club in Atlanta for his album's release party. This album was none other than Welcome to O-Block. The night was supposed to be a massive celebration of the life and success of King Von, but nobody knew that it would be so short-lived. King Von had many enemies. Growing up in a dangerous place like O-Block, he knew the risks of being caught out in public. So, when rolling out to the club, King Von's crew consisted of 20 to 25 members spread across 8 vehicles that all went to the party. Even Van's manager, 100K Track, spoke on the record of the extreme measures King Von took regarding security.
Von, he traveled with 2 more security. You know what I'm saying? Von traveled in a proof truck, and not only that, his guys are security, man. He travels with 10 to 15 guys daily. They protect and love Von more than any security would. We're like, I think we're about 8-10 cars deep, 20-25.
During the party, everything was going great. This was suddenly until somebody started texting King Von's phone. As at around 2:30 a.m. when King Von and his entourage began exiting the club, King Von received a phone call. He would walk away from the rest of the group, go on the phone for roughly 5 minutes, and then return with everyone else. Everyone made a plan in the parking lot to go back to the Airbnb for the night, but King Von changed his plans last minute.
Mind leaving the club is that we're going to the hotel in the Airbnb, because that's normal routine. The club he went to, the after hours, wasn't getting paid for. I didn't have no acknowledgement of his team. Didn't have no acknowledgement of. That was a complete bond.
With the entire crew heading back to the Airbnb, King Von would tell his driver to go to another club known as the Monaco Lounge. This would be the first decision of many that led to the end of King Von, as he was told to come meet up with the person that he was texting for the last hour.
Everybody else that was with us driving to the Airbnb, and Von literally went to the venue by himself. We got a call later from people in the car like, hey bro, we here by, matter of fact, I think from his DJ was like, hey bro, you know we here by ourselves, like where you guys at? And everybody rerouted to that venue.
Inside King Von's Escalade was him, one driver and security guard. However, The security only let the rest of the team know the plans had changed once they arrived at Monaco. So, when the rest of the team found out, they all hopped back in their vehicles and began speeding over to the new club. Once Van's manager got to Monaco, he knew something was off about King Von. He wasn't acting like the upbeat guy that he usually is. Instead, he had his hood up, sitting in the corner of his Escalade, texting someone back and forth. But Van's crew were ready to enter the club. They didn't know anything about King Von acting strange. They just wanted to continue partying. Meanwhile, King Von sat in the truck for 30 minutes.
Some reason, Von wasn't himself. This man is like, I promise you, the best artist I ever moved in my life. For some reason that night, it was off. Like, he stayed in the car.
This is when his manager hopped in the Escalade to check on King Von. He got King Von to agree to go into the lounge, but due to Monaco's club rules, Von's crew had to leave their firearms in their cars. So, at first, they sent the security in to go check around the club, make sure everything was safe before letting Van enter.
Von went inside the passenger seat. I'm like, yo, Von, bro, what's going on? Like, everybody here, wait, let's go. He was like, all right, let's go. We're telling security, hey, it's time to go in now. Von's ready. You know what I'm saying? We've been here too long. Let's go inside the club. Check the venue, go inside, check the outside, make sure there's no...
While the paid security guards are on the inside checking around, the real danger was actually outside in the parking lot. This is because Quando Rondo was in a car with a couple of his own team members, which is when everything clicked on who King Von was talking back and forth. One of Von's security members ended up checking around the parking lot, checking car to car to see who was there or if anyone was trying to watch them, and he spotted Quando Rondo standing beside his white vehicle. He would quickly run over to King Von, not knowing the two have a current beef going on, where he would tell King Von, "Did you know Quando Rondo was here?"
One of his homeboys, he came to the car and said, hey, so-and-so's here. And Von just jumped up like, oh, come on, let's go.
King Von reacted instantly, jumping out of the truck looking to confront Quando. Van's team was trying to get him to chill out and not start a scene. This was the fastest King Von moved all night. But this didn't stop him. King Von went around front of the white vehicle, saw Quando Rondo, locked in eye contact, and began immediately swinging at him.
Jumped out the car. By the time Von jumped out the car, I don't even think he knew where so-and-so was. He just jumped out the car. He bumped into so-and-so. As soon as he bumped into so-and-so,
the two would be going at it for roughly 30 seconds. This was until Quando's best friend, Lil Tim, came out of the backside of the white car with his firearm and used it towards King Von. While using it towards King Von, Van's manager would also get hit once in the leg, but some of Van's members were still strapped. They instantly retaliated on Lil Tim, making him fall to the ground only a few feet away. But with the noise eclipse going off in the area, there was two off-duty officers working security just down the street. One on-duty officer would pull up to the scene from the opposite direction, and on the count of 3 with their walkie-talkies, they would unleash multiple rounds into the area, where sadly one of King Van's members passed away during this. King Von was still lying right in the middle of the street with Quando. Some believe online Quando was trying to snatch King Van's chain before fleeing the area. 100K Track believes King Von was holding Quando there to shield himself, but the police have it on record that Von was in fact using Quando as a shield.
And was he trying to take Von's chain, or?
Honest truth, I don't think B-Roy had no jewelry on, and from the people that was a little bit closer, Von was actually holding onto him like, man, you ain't going nowhere. Like, you here, like, even through getting, he's that strong.
Now, once the scene relaxed a bit and everyone stopped using their firearms, the race to save King Von's life was then on. His closest friend, Mwap, actually ran right into the middle of the street and hit Quando right away from Von. Quando and his team then left the scene, including Lil Tim. They all jumped back in their white car and began heading to the hospital. Meanwhile, Van's crew helped him get up and get into their own getaway car to also go to the exact same hospital, where police have it on record with street cameras. At one point, King Von's car and Quando's were actually beside each other on the road. Now, despite being hit 4 times, Vaughn was conscious the entire time, where members that were with Vaughn inside the car spoke out, saying Vaughn tried to keep everyone in good spirits and assured everyone it would be okay.
When he was in the car, I myself wasn't there. The gentleman that was in the car with him was panicking, and Vaughn was the one that was like, hey, calm down, slow down, chill, I'm gonna be good, just get me to the hospital. And honest truth, we all thought that the way he was carrying himself from that incident, from what I was told.
Then after arriving at the hospital, King Vaughn was rushed into the operating room, making it through 2 surgeries, but then sadly passed after being startled by a nurse at the hospital when he was looking around for his firearm. But here's something very strange. King Vaughn looking for a firearm that he never had was evidence that only came out recently. But 2 years ago, Bowie did an interview saying Vaughn never had a firearm.
Yeah, the King Von situation. Like there was absolutely no reason for Von to be rolling around with that dude. Like there was no, especially since he had security. Like, you know, someone should have jumped in. It should never even.
King.
I almost feel like, but I almost feel like if
all
you have real security,
all of them is supposed to blast. I feel like they would have been more ready in Chicago.
Sad, man, sad. I mean, the whole King Von thing is really kind of hanging
Me up,
over
bro.
everyone right now.
That me up, bro.
Which made people start believing that Vaughn's own team members were spreading around the news that he never had a firearm. As the news of King Vaughn passing would then quickly hit news headlines.
Made national headlines as officials confirmed one of the 3 people was rapper King Von from Chicago, who was here last night with friends.
2 groups of individuals got into a physical altercation. That physical altercation escalated into an exchange of...
Where immediately everyone would begin spamming Quando and Lil Tim's Instagrams, asking what happened, as everyone knew they were responsible. So Quando would do his first interview sharing.
Whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this book that we talking about is stupid. That could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out or whatever. Like that could have got handled in a legit way.
To even Lil Tim, the man that actually did the crime towards King Vaughn, he spoke out sharing.
No, like, shit, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, yeah, I ain't no the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't no disrespect to like his mama saying f***ing like that, because I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like they ain't never popped that shit off. That would have never.
As Lil Tim survived his injuries at the hospital, but the following day later for what he did to King Vaughn, he would be arrested and charged with the crime. Lil Tim went through multiple bond hearings where he was denied every time. But then in March 2021, he would receive a $100,000 bond that would be paid by Quando Rondo. Since then, the charges against him were dropped as confirmed by his attorney in August 2023, which reads, the case against Mr. Leaks, aka Lil Tim, was dismissed before ever being indicted. But this is only half the story, because of what happened next resulted in one of the biggest cases in rap history, as Van's best friends, Lil Durk and members of O Block, they had to do something about this. They wouldn't just let them off for what they did. So, in the following months, we'd hear of a big-time hit against Quando's crew.
The search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath.
As a result, one of Ofo's closest friends, Lil PAB, was then taken out during the hit. News footage captured the moment that Quando found out he experienced the same pain that Lil Durk did when Vaughn passed.
This man, a passenger in that...
Not long after, Lil Durk would claim to be behind the hit. As on the diss track, he would rap, "They like Durk, he a singer, he won't do some. You can believe whatever you want. I got your folks hit." Even mentioning how Quando screamed after finding out his best friend sadly passed. As on Durk's feature on Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy, he raps "Look on the news, Semang no." As on the news, Quando was screaming.
This
This would result in L. Durk being arrested for retaliation. The evidence file were released as we now know who snitched on Durk. It was written, "The new lab body cam footage of him begging to snitch against Durk and F members have changed his case." Durk's lawyers submitted paperwork for an extended time on their bond proposal, raising the question of what did Lil Ted say to the feds. Now, Ted is also known as DDD's younger brother. DD is Durk's main guy. Anything he needs street-related, he goes to DDD. So when Lil Ted was picked up by police at a local convenience store, he would be quickly arrested because he had a firearm in his jeans pocket.
What about that? A man had it with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
As at this moment, Ted was then driven to the
police station. But before even getting inside, he had tears coming down his face. He would tell the police, "I swear I'll tell y'all about the passings," hoping not to be placed into jail, but it was already too late for him.
Hey, stop it. Stop it.
being placed into the
waiting cell. Lil Ted was seen crying his eyes out, wanting nothing more just snitch on everything he knows and go home.
Wait, hold on. You gotta relax for me, because I can't understand it. Relax. What's the number? What you saying, man? We're gonna see what we can do for you, all right? We're gonna see what we can do for you. You gotta relax for me. Relax, man. I'm gonna get the bus in prison. Relax. Give me no, I'm saying, what you talking about? I'm trying to get that.
As with OTF DD being his older brother.
When there was news of someone snitching with their last name in the court paperwork. Because you need to remember on court paperwork, all it says is a last name, no first name, which is why everyone believed that it was DD that snitched on Lil Durk. This resulted in Fazu having to hop on IG Live to explain the situation.
Going on with them people that's in them courtrooms, man. For real. Them be false accusations. Y'all don't even know what the f be going on, for real. Y'all really be trying to play Inspector Gadget and all this. Y'all just be weird as hell. That's what I be talking about, man. Like, first y'all threw the jams rumors out there. Now y'all talking about money a snitch, gang. A snitch on what? Y'all don't even really know what's going on, for real. On my kids, y'all really just be running. And that's why I don't participate in nothing that got to do with nothing illegal. Because of you motherfuckers, y'all be trying to get them put under the jail.
But like the video if you're a fan of King Von. And do you believe Lil Durk did right by King Von for sliding on Quando's team? Comment down below.